experiential learning. Meeting number 2. Our club has a mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please ensure that the devices are charged and that there is a stable internet connection. And in the event that the internet is interrupted, enter again via the link. Please be aware that this meeting is recorded, where it will be uploaded to the club official channels. Not objecting to that, consider to be your agreement. Please check your video and sound before the start of the meeting, and please make sure to keep your microphone muted and activated only whenever you want to participate. Please avoid chatting during speech time. Talking about religion, politics, and immoral matters is forbidden. Please relax and enjoy the meeting with us. Now, I announce that the meeting starts, and I hand over the control of the meeting to our beautiful president, DTM Wafa Salman.
Thank you, our Surgeon at Arms, TM Asma. Good evening, fellow CAT members. How are you today? I'm so happy that this is another month and another education session that we are doing in this new term. As you all know, we have started the education session by the previous team, and as a legacy, we are continuing them. This education session will benefit us and all. And it's a proud and pride for Kuwait Advanced Toastmaster to lead the community by giving them the proper tools and education. We have no guest, I think. Yeah, we have no guest. And I will give the control to our Toastmaster of the day to run this meeting. Help me welcome but before that, there is one change in the agenda, which is the second coordinator, Fatma Abdu. We don't have second coordinator. So it's okay if we don't need a coordinator. So that's the only change in the agenda. Please, I need a motion from the floor to accept the change. Or Asma, can you be the coordinator?
Can you guide me, or anyone guide me?
Yes, yes. Okay. So the change in the agenda, I need a motion that the change in the agenda, instead of DTM Fatma Abdu, Asma Lanizi will be the team coordinator B. I need a motion.
In Wafa, I see that the timer also has not joined us yet.
Yeah, Arish. Okay, until that time, Dr. Makhlouf, please.
I, Mohammed Makhlouf, member of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club, raise a motion to adapt the agenda as per the changes.
I need a second.
I, Toastmaster Srinivas, second the motion raised by, second the motion proposed by DTM Dr. Makhlouf.
Thank you very much. So the motion is to adapt the agenda as per the changes mentioned, and it's been said by Dr. Makhlouf, seconded by Srinivas. If there is no objection of the changes, I will count till 3, and then the agenda will be adopted. 1, 2, and 3. The agenda is adopted. And now, with the changes of the agenda and with the adoption, I will introduce the Toastmaster of the day. He's a supportive man, and he helps clubs all over with guidance, with support, and he never says no. His best position when he is the chief surgeon at arms. I don't know why he likes it, but it's stuck to him now. And he is a humorous speaker. Let's give the control to our Toastmaster of the day, Srinivas Shalapati. Srinivas, floor is yours. We cannot hear you, Srinivas.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Good evening, fellow CAT members. I welcome you all to meeting number 2 of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club. Tonight, it is going to be a training session. For 2 long hours, we are going to have some wonderful training sessions to be conducted by some of the most experienced Toastmasters in District 20 and from Kuwait. But before we go on to listen to them, let me expound on the theme of today's meeting. From strength to strength. I'm not sure how many of you are following the news and keeping themselves abreast with the Olympics, which got concluded on 8th, that is yesterday. It was close to a fortnight event, which got concluded yesterday. And it got concluded on a very high note. Reasons being very simple. The Olympics in Tokyo were to be held in the year 2020. But as we all know, pandemic persisted. And with persistent pandemic all over the world, Japan had no choice but to postpone the Olympics. And it was held very successfully to a large extent. Why? Because all the protocols were followed during the contingents being there present in Tokyo. There were about 100 plus countries who participated, and there were close to 1,000 participants in various categories. Well over about 150 medals won when it got concluded. Topping the list being United States of America as usual. And a noteworthy point, me being an Indian coming from India, it was a win-win situation for India in Olympics 2020 or 2021 rather. Tokyo Olympics ended up on a very high note and a very, very encouraging note as far as India is concerned. There were quite a few reasons, but the first reason is India happened to win a gold medal in a track and field event, athletics, for the very first time of its participation. It also ended a drought of over 41 years by winning a bronze medal in men's hockey, which is actually the national game of India. And also, it ended up on a high note with a tally of 7 medals taken home when compared to the last Olympic, or an Olympic that was conducted in London in the year 2012, where it ended up with 6 medals, a tally of 6 medals. And the last Olympics in Rio, the tally was just 2 medals. And this year, the total contingent of India, or the total number of participants who hailed from India, were a strong team of over 127 members for representing India in various events. Now that in itself is growing from strength to strength. From the Olympics of 2012 in the recent times, if I have to call, until the Olympics in 2021. They have raised their standards. And I'm sure the country will make every effort in the coming Olympics, where it is to be held in Paris and France, to make or push home their might with a far bigger tally of medals. Well, that is as far as sports is concerned, but we as Toastmasters, helping ourselves to improve our communication and leadership skills, are also growing from strength to strength. And to help us in this endeavor, we have quite a few people, dedicated Toastmasters, who meeting after meeting, week after week, year after year, dedicate their time and devotion to the Toastmasters community and help Toastmasters like me. If today I'm able to stand here, talk to you fluently in a language which is not my native language, it's all thanks to those leaders who helped me in improvising my communication skills. Tonight also we have two such trainers who are well accomplished in their training skills. Before I introduce the trainers, let me introduce the role players who would be participating and making this meeting a complete meeting. Without the role players, there's no Toastmasters meeting which is complete. First, let me introduce the timer. The stand-in timer tonight is DTM Dr. Makhlouf. May we hear from you, sir? DTM Makhlouf?
I'm sorry, DTM Srinivas. I will not be able to be the timer for tonight.
Okay. So we have Yusuf as the coordinator.
Yeah.
I think I can be also timer.
You
you
will
want
be a standing
Because-
timer till the time Ari joins us. Ari
If
is
you want
actually
Yeah.
on the agenda. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Until she joins, you'll be the standing timer.
Okay. No problem. For
Please.
sure.
Can I hear something about your role play?
For sure. I'll be the timer until. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be the timer until DTM Arij arrives. So I'll show the green lights very soon. I mean, when the time comes, I'll show the green light for the minimum time, the yellow for the maximum time, for the middle time, and red for the maximum time. So good luck to all the speakers, and back to you, TMOD, Mr. Srinivas.
Thank you so much. As we all are aware that Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club will always have a half master. Now that is only to help our listening skills, and the half master makes it very interesting. Tonight we have another very accomplished and well-known Toastmaster in DTM Sandy Stein as our half master. May I request DTM Sandy Stein to please introduce her role?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Srinivas, Toastmaster of the day. And well, my cat says hello too. He's wanting to join our meeting. So today I am the Hark Master, and that means that I am listening very carefully to what everyone is saying. And as we come to near the end of the meeting after our workshops, I will be questioning you. And let's see if you can remember what everything is. As a matter of fact, I've already got about half a page of questions already. So I'm just going to pick and choose which ones are the best. And I look forward to my section later on. Don't forget to listen. I'm going to let go because my cat he's not stopping. Okay, back to you.
It's the meeting of cats after all. Well,
Indeed it is.
well, now it's time for us to join our trainer in the first segment of the trainers meeting tonight. Conflicts are very common, especially when there is a group of people getting together. Or for that matter, if a group of people come under one shelter, there's always going to be a kind of conflict. Reason why I term it as a conflict is because every individual has got his or her own opinions about things. And each one has got their right to voice their opinions. So in that event, there's always bound to be conflicts occurring. But then, having said that, conflicts can also be resolved. And how we do it, or what are the steps we need to ensure that we take to resolve conflicts, we are going to hear it more from our first trainer tonight, DTM Wafa Salman. Before I invite her, I would want the timer to read out her timing rule. I guess she's got a total duration of 30 minutes, 35. 1 hour. Because the time duration is not mentioned here. I see that it is about 35 minutes.
It's 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes. So
Okay.
at 30, 35, and then 40.
Timer, can you please read out the timing rule for our first trainer?
Yes, for sure, TM Srinivas. Yes, so DTM Wafa, you have, for your speech or your workshop, you have 30 minutes. You'll see this. I'm gonna see. I've totally forgot about this. Okay, so you're gonna see the green screen right at 30 minutes. You're gonna see the yellow screen at 35, and at 40 you'll have the red screen, and 30 seconds, I guess, for the grace period. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yusuf. Now it's time to hear from DTM Wafa Salman. It's all yours.
Thank you very much, Srinivas, and welcome all to this training session. First, let me just check that you can see my screen. Oh, just a minute. And then I will start. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we are able to see your screen.
Super. So, with conflict, and today I'm going to take you in a journey for some tools to use when you have conflict with your team, with your family, and all over your life. We are having conflict. So let me start by introducing myself. As you know, my profession is being a trainer for more than 23 years. I'm a network engineer, an IT specialist. I'm an L&D manager at Australian College of Kuwait, and I've been training manager and operation manager for last 10 years of my life. But I haven't done anything in my life except training. I got my MBA from Maastricht School of Management in Strategic Management and my bachelor from Lebanon. My interests is reading, public speaking, and travel. This is a little bit about me. We have ground rules. First of all, you take care of your emergency. Your mobile phone, put them on silent, as I did with mine. Make sure that your mic are muted unless we are discussing and chatted, so we will not have noise from the around. If you wish to participate, you may raise your hand or make any option. And when I ask for some chatting, the chat box is where we communicate through this course or this session. Ready to start? Now, who can tell me what is conflict?
May I?
Yes, and I can see it. Just let me. I cannot see anybody in here. Now, can you see my screen well?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So, Yusuf, please tell me.
Yes, it's when there's a clash of wants. I mean, someone wants something and the other wants the opposite thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any other opinion?
When
A
two,
Go ahead, Sunny.
when two individuals cannot agree upon a common thing or a common agenda.
Oh, that's good as well. Very good. When they are not agreeing, the agreement. Sandy?
Yes, it could be to people, to countries, to organizations, anything where there is some kind of conflict of interest where they have a disagreement.
Okay, great. So you said it all. And just I put a small brief about it. It's there's Dr. Makhlouf raise his hand. Please, Dr. Makhlouf.
Yes, whereas when there is two parties, one of them has hidden agenda that may took the meeting or the session or the discussion to a different way that leads to disagreement.
True, true. When we have hidden agenda and when we are working, if it is a team, there is no should not be hidden agenda, but you never know you are working with people and they will have the hidden agenda and that will start to make the conflict. So it's like you said it all, and I added something, it's a struggle or an opposition. So think about this answer. Think about it and answer me. We'll answer openly. Think about a recent conflict you've had with someone and then describe it in 2 words. But I don't want you to say it, I want you to write it. Or no, you can say it. Say it.
Can I share mine?
Yes, please.
Okay, so mine is in 2 words. I would say it's what was it? Misunderstanding, even 1 word,
Ah,
misunderstanding.
okay. Misunderstanding. Good. Dr. Makhlouf.
Same, misunderstanding.
Same. Misunderstanding. Srinivas.
I don't recall in any recent times for the fact that I've never had any conflict with anyone. Never.
Lucky you. Lucky you. It means you are compromising a lot, and we will talk about it in the styles of conflicts.
All right.
Any
All right.
other comment from the rest?
I wrote in the chat, damaged car. That's what happened with the conflict between me and the...
Like a clash.
No, I mean, literally, my car was damaged by the dealership.
Oh, that's the last conflict you had.
It's current. It's still ongoing.
So I hope from today's technique you will learn some styles like the desk method. It will help you. Let's see.
Inshallah.
Asma. Asma.
Yeah, it's miscommunication for me.
Okay.
Lack of listening. Yeah.
Miscommunication, not listening, misunderstanding, clashes, conflicts. Yes, it's true. Now, so what is conflict resolution? Can you tell me? Asma, you raise your hand.
Yeah.
What's conflict resolution?
Yeah, for me, it is a midway between the agreement and disagreement. a middle
I like
solution.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a midway between agreement and like the yellow light.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Asma. Dr. Makhlouf.
Conflict resolution is to resolve the conflict.
True.
But the best is to make it, to resolve it in a win-win situation.
Yeah, that's the best and ideal, actually. But not in all cases it will work. Very true. Thank you, Dr. Makhlouf. Sandy.
It's a solution to the problem.
Okay, it's a solution to the problem. And let's see what it is said. Conflict resolution, it's way when two or more parties found a peaceful solution, as you all said, to the disagreement among them, which was said in the conflict in the beginning, which is a disagreement between at least two parties. So now we understand what's conflict, we understand what's conflict resolution. What we are going to do today, we learn how to resolve these conflicts. Now, what are the causes of the conflict? I want you to write for me the causes of the conflict in this link. I will put it in the chat. Just a minute. Please click on this link.
We don't see the link, DTM Wafa.
Yeah, now you see it.
Got it. Got it.
So click on the link and I will share what I want from you is to tell me what are the causes of the conflict. 1, 2 word, 3 word statement. Just write the causes of the conflict in the link that I shared with you. And I will share your answer among all of us now. Cool. Taking things personally. Lack of listening. Miscommunication. Misunderstanding. Again, misunderstanding. Great. So, poor misunderstanding, poor communication, taking things personally, jealousy, inflexibility, different expectations. Very good. Selfishness. Amazing. Selfishness. Amazing. Very good. I'm so happy and I'm satisfied with what I saw. Oh, ego. Ooh, ego. Very good. Personal opinion and ego. So let's stop in here and share with you what are the most common causes of the conflict. These are the most common causes. First is incompatible work styles. Like when we are working together, I have my style, you have your style, and that's a cause of a problem. I want things to be done my way. You want things to be done your way. I think I'm right in what I'm doing, and you think you're right, and both are right. There is no right or wrong. But this is a cause for a conflict that we have incompatible styles, which is normal, which is acceptable, but we need to understand that the other person has different work style, and we need to see what the work style fits for the organization or fits best for us. Second, conflict of interest. If we are doing something that make a conflict of the interest between us, like I like this, you like something else, you will vote for that, you will vote for different things. So each one of us is having different interests, which is what you said in the chat, different personal opinion, and this is kind of different interest. Definitely there'll be a conflict when you are judging in something. And why in Toastmaster, when you are a judge, you don't need, you should not have the speaker from your club, because there is a conflict of interest. That person is from your club. How we can trust that you're not gonna put higher grade, or you like that person more? That's something goes with conflict of interest. And it's a conflict because we have different interests. Third is poor communication, and you said it, by miscommunication, misunderstanding. This is a poor communication. And when we are not expressing ourselves well, definitely there will be a conflict. When I don't use the right word, definitely there will be a conflict. And sometimes when we say you don't understand, when we say don't understand, you mean that I don't understand, which is you did not understand what I said now. It's not in general you don't understand, it's for that specific discussion you don't understand what I said or what I mean. So when we change it, we have less likely to have a conflict. Last is performance deficiency. Each person has got different performance. Some people, they work fast. Some people, they work slow. Some people, they want to hit the target. Some people, they accept to be a B student or a C student. Some people, know they want to be an A student. So that different performance deficiency, if we are working together and you are a person, you want to be number one and I don't. So that's kind of performance deficiency that can make a conflict. We are not on the same pace. We are not on the same target. We are not on the same power, and we are not going to do the same effort. So these are some points in addition to what you said, and there are a lot definitely, but I have chosen these only four to make a highlight on what are the causes of the problem. Now, there is a method, which what I was telling Sandy, there is a method called desk method. And this method was created by Sharon and Gordon Bauer, and they put it in their book, which is Asserting Yourself, and it's now taught in communication courses. Here is the breakdown for it. The D is for the describe. You need to describe the whole situation when you are talking to a person. There is a conflict. Not to have that conflict or to resolve that conflict, you need to describe what's not right. What you see is not good. So you need to start with describing it. That's the first thing. And when we describe it, we need to express emotion. It's not just logical. Describe, it's like defining it. That's what irritating me, or that's what I'm not happy with. But how do you feel about it? That's expressed. You need to express your state, your emotion. Like, I'm not happy, I'm frustrated, I'm whatever. So it's about your emotion. Third is you need to specify what do you want. Yes, we are having a conflict, but we need to resolve it. What makes me happy? I need to say it. So first, I describe it by defining it. That's what makes me not happy. Second, I need to express how do I feel against that. Third, I need to specify what makes me happy. So what I'm expecting you to do. And the last is the consequences. And if that happens, this is the results that you will see. Let me tell you an example. Now, after this, I want you to, I will share with you a video from Toastmasters. And in that video, we will see a conversation between a division director and an area director. And you will listen to this conversation and you will tell me how the person will reply. Now, let me say something to apply the desk in front of you. Let's say I was doing a presentation, and while I'm doing the presentation, you were, let's say Sandy was interrupting me every time by raising hand, by saying something without taking permission. For example, that's what happened, which has never happened, but that's what happened. So how I will say that I'm not happy with what's happening with Sandy. So I will take Sandy aside. There is a conflict between me and Sandy. I'm not happy. The conflict is not a fight. The conflict is a feeling that you're not happy with the situation. So I'll take Sandy aside and I will say, Sandy, this morning in the presentation, I noticed that you interrupted me several times. That's the D. What is the problem? Second, I'm feeling frustrated because it's not the first time that's happened. I think uh, you are underestimating my position, and that's what makes me look disorganized. So that's the explain. I talked about my feelings. So I describe what makes me not happy, then how I'm feeling about it. Now we specify. In the future, can we agree that you will wait until I've finished before adding your thoughts and comments? So that's that specify what I'm expecting her to do. And the last, which is the consequence, I really think that this will enable us to work better as a team. I enjoy working with you, and I don't want this to get in the way of our success of the project. So did you get what I said, what I just said?
Fairly.
DTM,
Yes.
DTM, I would like to ask about the consequences, please. Could you explain it a bit further?
Yes. Now the consequences is when we agree, when in the specify, it's what you want her to do. Like she's interrupting. So what I want her to do, I will tell, let me finish, and then I will give you time to interrupt. And when that happens, we will work together without any problems. Did you get it? So that's a continuation. If the specify is done, then the consequences that we will be able to communicate. I will not be frustrated, and you have your time to give your comments. Did you get it?
I got the consequences. It turned out that I got them a bit mixed, the specify and the consequences. So I know the consequences is what you need from them to do, right?
No, the results.
No, the results.
Consequences is the result.
Oh,
Specify
sorry.
is what I'm expecting them to do, or what I want them to do. So
Okay,
I
got
will
it.
repeat. D
Yeah.
is to describe the situation.
Yeah.
E is to express your emotions, how you are feeling frustrated, how angry. Specify is to tell exactly what is the best solution for you and how what will make you happy. And for if the specify is done, everything will be okay. Now, are you
Yes.
ready to watch the video from Toastmaster International? And then
Yes.
we can, each one of you, please write when you are listening to the video, write down on a paper how the area director will reply to the division director using the DISC method. Ready? Great. So let's move on. Let me share my screen again so we can watch the video together. Okay.
Hi, this is Anne. Please leave a message.
Hi, Anne. It's your division director, Erica. I am trying to get in touch with you. This is the second time I've called you this week. Please call me back. You haven't sent me any of your visit reports or even let me know if you completed them. Time for this? Let me know. I can ask someone else to do it if need be. Hi, Anne. Just following up with an email. You've been hard to get a hold of lately. A few questions for you. Have you visited Club 213? Have you visited Club 215? Have you visited Club 673? Have you visited Club 443? I haven't received any reports. Please send me those ASAP. Remember, all reports are due next week. Signed, Division Director, Erica.
Erica left me a voicemail and then 2 minutes later sent me this email. Can you believe this? She's implying that I don't care about my role. Does she understand that I have 4 clubs to visit and a full-time job? Also, I have visited 2 of my clubs. I just haven't had time to write up the visit report yet. You know, there's a due date for a reason. She said they're due next week, but she wants them ASAP. It's not next week yet, is it? She obviously thinks I'm incompetent. I know you're a district leader now, but...
Now I will stop sharing, and I will give you 2 minutes. Write a sentence. How should Yvonne reply to Jim? I will keep you for 2 minutes, and I will be holding the time. So don't worry about the time.
So how should the area director reply to the division director?
Yes, because she wants to talk to her. She wants to tell her that she's not happy. But with what? Explain the situation in the desk. In a conversation, which is 2-3 sentences, okay? You have 30 seconds more, and then I will listen. I'm reading what you are writing in the chat, but I want you to say it. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. So who will start first? Srinivas. And I want to go with the D, E, S, and C. Yeah.
She could very politely describe her commitment and her preoccupation outside Toastmasters. Secondly, she could specify as to what was the real reason behind not submitting the reports in time, and also express her inability to visit those number of clubs within that specified time duration, owing to what?
Srinivas, can you imagine that you're the area director and I'm the division director. Tell me in a sentence how you will tell me. Don't say she will describe, she will whatever. Tell me what is the situation that makes you not happy with me.
DTM Vafa, you see, I'm actually in the sales and marketing division of a very big shipping company, and my time is at times very, very hard pressed. I'm very hard pressed at office. Yes, I do agree that I need to submit my visit reports in time as far as the clubs, whatever you have mentioned. I will do so, provided I have a little more time on hand where I pay those visits, meet those club presidents, and then submit the reports to you. If you could please allow me another week to do so, I would be happy and submit the reports to you.
Okay. Another. Thank you, Srinivas. Sandy?
Yes. Dear Division Director, through your multiple messages, it's obvious that you are unhappy that I have not yet sent any of my club visit reports. It upsets me that you do not have faith in me to do the role you assigned to me. I would like you to give me until the deadline you specified so that I have time to complete the work at hand. If you are patient with me, I promise you will be very happy with what I have done.
Amazing. Amazing. You made the desk clear, crystal clear. Thank you, Sandy. Who's next? Tabassum, can you reply?
Good evening. Reply as the division director.
No, you are the area and you're not happy with what I said.
Okay, definitely I'd like to reply. Dear division director, as you are aware that we are having a technical difficulty in our office and I was not able to sit and present the report. I have finished the obligation and the mandatory of visiting all the clubs. Only the report is pending. Please have faith in me. Definitely before the deadline, 3 days before the deadline, everything will be clear. If it's not, definitely you have the right to take action as you want to, but as promised, 3 days before the deadline, all my reports will be clear. Have faith in me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tabassum. One thing is missing is how you're feeling. That I called, and then after I called, I sent an email, and then I said ASAP, and there is a deadline. How do you feel? You did not tell me about your feelings. So the express was missing.
Yes, I did not blame her, but I said have faith in me. And actually, as I mentioned in the chat, the DD should have not said towards the end that I will appoint someone else. Instead, it could have been rephrased as to if you need any kind of support, please contact me if you're finding it difficult to make a report. So then that is what I can ask, that instead of assigning someone, I have been given a responsibility, I live up to it. And if I can have a support system who can guide me to it, I'll be grateful.
Super. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Why the express is very important, because that makes the other person feel for you, empathize. When I say I'm frustrated, I'm exhausted, I'm overloaded, I have family commitments. So that's the expression, or the expressing will make the other party empathize with you. I will take one more comment and then we will move on. Is there anybody wants to say anything, and then we can move on? Okay, so let's move on. Yes, Yusuf. Please.
Yes, DTM Wafa, may I want to share my notes. I would say that the area director should tell the division director, is that if I'm not mistaken, that tell her what is the conflict that's between them exactly, like define the conflict, and then say how she feels about it, and then propose a possible solution, which is to give her more time to do it, to do the job, and then she will. She tells her that it will be get done in a week's time. That's the consequence or resolution to it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So, and is my screen shared? Yes. So, listen to the last sentences that she said.
We've been friends for a long time. Can you do something about this?
We've been friends for a long time. Can you do something about it? By showing that this is what you are expecting and this is what makes you happy, it makes the whole thing working well. So This is what Yvonne should have said. Now, what are the types of conflict? We have different types of conflict. First of all, contentious personalities, which is that we are all coming from different places and we have different kind of personalities. And sometimes the personality that you have, it's not working with me or the other side. So that's kind of type of conflict that we should take care. Misunderstanding is another type. Issues that comes in between, that we are agreeing or disagreeing on something or discussing something about the club. Do we want to do event? No, we don't want to event. We are exhausted. The team is stretched. So all this is kind of these issues that we can discuss. And the last is style of leadership. And all of us has got different style of leadership, and that's what makes conflict. Sometimes people, they don't delegate. Sometimes people, they don't believe that others can do the job better than them or okay. It's not about better or worse, but it's as a leader, you have to give space for the others to do their job. Now, 4 strategies that resolve conflict discussions. Strategy number 1, separate the people from the problem. That's the first strategy. It's not arguing between you and me now. It's the problem itself that we want to resolve. Second, separate interest from position. It's not because I'm the division director, you have to obey me. It's not about position. It's remember why you are there, why you've been division director. You know, in that situation, I'm talking about that particular situation. You are there to support members and the area is there to support members. So remember why you are there in the first place. Third, generate options. And then we will have established objective criteria. So these are 4 strategies that we can follow when we are solving any conflict. Now, I know that all of us has got different personalities. So let's see what kind of conflict resolution each one of us will do and how it will be done. And that will be the last thing for today after we solve it. So let me share my screen again. So the first thing is we have on a scale of like a quadrant or something. The first thing is on the left side, we can see low and high. So low degree of cooperative and high degree of cooperative. And we have on the bottom side, we have low and high degree of assertiveness. And by going with this, we will go with what are the methods. First, let me go with the first one. First one is the method of accommodation. And this accommodation method, it's called the teddy bear. We don't want people to be angry. I will accommodate whatever you will say. I will go with even if I'm not happy, even if that's not what I want. But my style is to accommodate. And that's how I resolve conflict. I want peace of mind. Some people will say, I want a peace of mind. I don't want to have clashes. So I will accommodate. I will play down with the conflict and seek harmony and we'll move on. And that style is called teddy bear. That's the accommodation style. And each style has has situations. Second style is collaboration. Collaboration means let's work together, solution to meet, each other's demands, we will collaborate and we will make like win-win solution, and that's kind of conflict. I will do something, you will do something, and we'll collaborate together to make it happen, and that's the old technique. So we have the teddy bear technique, which is accommodate, make all people happy, and we have the old technique, which is make things done and collaborate. We have the shark technique. And the shark technique is the competition. It's the competitive. This is what I want, and this is what should be done. Either my way or the highway. That's the shark technique. One win, the other will lose. The fourth technique is the avoidance, as if nothing happened. It's the turtle technique. Deny conflict. No, there is no conflict. I'm okay with Yusuf. I don't have any problem with Yusuf. So there is a conflict. It's like burying the lead. There is a conflict, but you are putting it in the heart, and you're saying, no, there is no conflict. We are okay. We are happy with each other. We are talking to each other. So hide one's true feeling. Don't express it. And that's what's not in the DISC solution. Deny that conflict exists. The last one, which is the compromise. And it is the Fox style. That it's like bargaining. I will give you some, but you will give me some, and we'll exchange until we reach to what we want. So that's called the compromise style. So there are 4 methods to resolve a conflict, either by accommodate, either by collaborate, either by competitive, avoidance, or compromise. Now, what I want you to do is, each one of these has got a style, or each one of these has got a situation to do. And that's what I want you to do. That's in the next slide. What to use in each method. So I want you to start thinking, accommodation, which is smoothing. What's the appropriate situation? When we use accommodate, when we use collaborate, when we use competition, when we use avoidance, and when we use compromise. So this is, I want you now to start writing, and then I will share a link with you on the chat box, and we can share all the things together. So start writing. The screen is in front of you, where you use each style. We are one person, but sometimes I use all. In each situation, I will use different style. Tell me. Write down, please. You have 2 minutes.
You're on mute, DTM.
Okay, thank you very much. Click on the link, please.
Wafa, it's the Padlet that you've got is about the same area and division director conflict.
Okay, I will send the other link then, because I was having two different exercises.
No, but
Okay, in the meanwhile, you can share instead of the Padlet. Please tell me go with the first one. What is the first one situation could be?
accommodation.
Accommodation. When do we use accommodation?
I prefer while at home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right. Where else? Where you will use accommodation?
You can use accommodation if, for example, the other person's emotions are extremely high, to calm a situation down temporarily.
Right. Right. So that's the accommodation. Sometimes we do it when the situation is right to do, to minimize loss when you are outmatched of losing something. Let's go with collaboration. When you use the collaboration?
Workplace.
Yes. And when objective is to learn. When we have objective, then we will
learn.
use collaboration. When we use competition?
Sometimes you can use competition in order to encourage others to come up with solutions. It can be a creative way to boost people and their ideas. But on other occasions, it can be really, really bad.
When we need, yeah, exactly. When we have quick, decisive action is required, then we need competition. We need something to be done. And when for important issues, then we need the competition, that this is what I believe and this is what should be done. When we do avoidance, is when you yes.
Yeah. So for me, avoidance, I would avoid a situation if there is, I can't see any possible positive outcome here.
Absolutely.
It's like there's just no hope in anything, and I don't see that this person's going to change their mind at all. So, khalas.
Srinivas.
Or even a situation where the benefit or the end result is not going to be so beneficial for the community or a group of people.
Absolutely. Sometimes we deny or avoid to calm people down, like when we are angry, like a husband and wife. Sometimes they will have clashes, but if we will if we will talk in that particular moment, then things will blow more. So we will avoid, as if nothing happened. We will continue living in the same house, and then when it's the right time, we discuss it. So that could be something. When we use avoidance, when we don't have a chance to satisfy the other person whatsoever. Last is the compromise. When we use the compromise,
this is more suitable for husband and wife, because the husband has to be served dinner.
All of them are good for husband and wife, but it depends on the situation they are using.
And at the end of the day, both of them have to go together to the bed. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Correct?
Okay. Okay, great. So let me end my presentation today. And a leader must resolve conflict. And when we are thinking of how to get to the right outcome or right results, we can find the right way to resolve the conflict. I showed you several techniques, I showed you several methods, but you will choose the right method in the right situation. And I want to thank you for being great audience for me tonight. And if there is any question, definitely I'm available for any question after that session. By that, let me finish my presentation and give the control to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank
Yes,
you so much, DTM Bappa, for this very educational, very informative training session. And I'm sure all the members present online have been benefited in one way or the other. And as DTM Bappa has rightly said, you have any doubts, any kind of questions in mind, you can always get back to her either in a private chat with her or in the group and get your answers. Thank you, Warren. Thank you very much, DTM Bappa, once again. Having gone through our first segment of our training session, we come to another interesting training session. And the trainer here is none other than a very revered and respected Toastmaster in District 20. He represents rather an industry where safety is of primary importance. On quite a few occasions, he has also spoken about safety and security in one of his speeches or as one of his projects. I'm talking none other than our very, very dear friend, DTM Ramkumar Nachapalli. Our second trainer would talk about team building. Now, this is something which is once again in contention with the theme of today's meeting, going from strength to strength. What are the elements of team building? How we build a team and how we sustain a successful team. These are some of the points what we are going to listen from our trainer, DTM Ramkumar Nachapalli. I guess DTM Ramkumar has got the same time duration for his training session, which is 40 minutes. Timer, please read out the timing rule for our second trainer, DTM Ramkumar Nachapalli.
Before that, can I request someone to help me share screen, please? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good evening.
I'll do that for you.
Thank you, sir.
May I say the timing?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Simultaneously, you can start.
For
Thank
sure.
you, Yusuf.
Hello, DTM Ram Kumar. Yes, so your timing for your speech is 30 minutes minimum, 30 minutes minimum, yes. 35 minutes as a middle timing, and 40 minutes, I'll show the red card, this one. And yeah, so that's your timing for this workshop, and good luck, DTM Ramkumar.
Thank you very much, timer. DTM Ramkumar, you're the co-host and you have the screen sharing rights.
Thank you very much. Let me take a preview. I'm sure that I'll be coming here and there. I'll ask questions. Let me share screen before that start. Are you able to preview, or is it visible my side screen, please? I hope it is. Excellent. Can I have some thumbs up if you can see my screen? Anyone? Yusuf or Tiyamori? Yes, great. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. What an incredible presentation delivered by our own president, immediate past district director, DTM Bappa Salman. Thank you. We all learned, enhanced, embraced, not to have conflicts, but to embrace conflicts and move on with resolutions, isn't it? If I'm right, lovely techniques we have. Yet today, I'm thankful to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters for giving me the opportunity to present today on the building a team. What it takes. Why do we need to have a team? Because team, together, everyone achieves more. That comes to my mind when I say team. When you have that team, how we can select the team, what are the common goals we need to accomplish, and why do we need to have importance of the goals? Team is basically a group of people who work together towards common goal. In our management strategies, what we learned, SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, time-bound, realistic, isn't it? With a mutual understanding, without having any conflicts, but there are certain ways and techniques we need to do that. Some people adopt plan, do, check, and act. Some teams They feel that we are more empowered than those who are joined as freshers. Do you have similar problems in your organization, in your personal growth or professional growth? Today, I'll be talking about the basic team building concepts that I have learned through Leadership Excellence series from the Toastmaster International. Teams that are most effective means of achieving an organization mission and goals. Do you aim for club quality meetings? How many believe that you aim for club quality meetings wherever you are? Can you unmute and at least one person? I request Tabassum Ali, she is here. Tabassum, happy to see you. What amazing leader she is. Tabassum, are you listening? Can you unmute? Can you
Yes,
answer?
yes.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Welcome to CAT. I'm so happy to see you here. Welcome.
Good evening, dearest Ramkumar. Thank you so
Tabassum,
much.
one question, simple question I have for you. Welcome.
Sure.
How many people really aim for club quality meetings, and what is important for you? So if you can have your own way of answering, you can have your ideas, logics to define this.
How many people aim for club quality meeting?
As
Good
you,
question.
as an individual, personally, do you always
Yeah.
aim for quality meetings for your club?
Personally, yes, I always aim for it because I feel if I'm going to invest my time anywhere, I rather have quality. So whenever I'm, yes, I'm a part of anything, I'm investing my most precious asset, that is my time. So I will ensure that at least whatever I do, I put in quality. And for that reason, I just take limited things on hand so that whatever I do, yes, I feel my name is attached with it and definitely quality should count. But where club quality is concerned, I feel it's not one man show. The whole team has to work together. So it is team spirit, basically. It's never a one man show.
Excellent. Well
That's what I would
defined.
like to say.
What are the three
Thank you.
qualities you need to have as a XCOM leader or as a president or as a member in order to have the quality meetings?
You want me to answer this?
Just three qualities if you can.
The
In
three
your
qualities, one is whatever decision, it's never your own decision. We are servant leaders over here. So we have to take the entire XCOM's decision unanimously. You should be more open to ideas, is what I would say. And the third one is be humble. Never get a leadership get into your head. This is what I would like to say.
Wonderfully, well defined, well said. It is your own personal opinion, and we all agree. How many of you feel, Toastmaster Srinivas, do you agree what Tabassum said? I would like to have your word, P. Srinivas, Toastmaster Srinivas.
Yeah.
Do you agree with what Tabassum has said? In order to have a quality club meetings, you need to have a crucial role players. Yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, you see in my triangle here, Tabassum and members, these are the three things. What the most important thing, the first thing that comes to my mind is before any results, whether the district is called DCB points or not, whether or not, first and the foremost thing, we need to be accountable for what we are doing. I need to be role model. That comes when I take accountability. There is a difference between responsibility and accountability. When everything goes well, people take into accounts. But when everything starts going down, no members, no meetings, like LED beaters, I stand as a role model to stand in front of you, taking an accountability and see and making it sure that I stand up for LED beaters. And you have seen widely what is the result as an accountable leader with the commitment without having any conflicts. If they have any, we have the solutions for that, to resolving those conflicts, that is healthy conflicts based on the mutual trust, honesty, and integrity. The results are very fruitful. I have achieved as a president Smedley Award, where the club was about to die, but I took a role as accountable person, collating, coordinating, communicating, committing, and performing. The results are fruitful. That is Smedley Award. Now, in order to have a club quality meeting, all these elements are very crucial. Trust, healthy conflict resolution, commitment, accountability, and results at the end. What it matters is the result, how healthy your club meetings are, how satisfied your members are. Moving on to what are the benefits as a corporate benefit? Variety of knowledge and skills to accomplish your goals. You will have more creativity, and the productivity is high when members participate. They have their own creativity. All individuals are not the same. All fingers are not the same, right? We need to listen, communicate, and lend our ear to understand what they need, not what we need, because meeting their need is our core objective. And when you become a leader as a team, to have a team, you need to have a good selection of team members. How you can select? People should be competent, reliable, motivated, enthusiastic, hardworking, intelligent, and collaborative. When these people you have in your house, you will have a good leadership. You need to devote more time as a leader. These issues that are raised, it is very common in organization. One people may not agree, while other people may agree. That's why we have a parliamentary procedures. So the more you spend without supervision, but in the leadership role, day to day in the activities, the less time you spend and supervise, the more activities done with their common understanding, the more benefits you will reap from your club or your personal professional goals. What is organizing the team? Now, let me ask one simple question. I told about selecting the team members, enthusiastic and hardworking. What it comes to your mind when I say hardworking? Since we have Madam Sandy, can I ask you to unmute yourself? Sandy, sir. Okay. Srinivas, it's Yusuf. Madam, go first. She said, yeah, Yusuf, please. I would like to ask you one simple question. Whenever we are organizing a team, one of the parameters we always say among one, like we always say, we need a reliable team, we need committed people, we need motivation, we need enthusiastic people, and also intelligent and collaborative efforts to be rendered in order to have effective meetings. In order to progress, there is also called hardworking people we need. Why? What do you understand by hardworking? What do you mean by that? What it comes to your mind when we say we need hardworking people? There is no hard work done. That is why club is dying. You hear, right? What do you think hardworking is about?
Hardworking. I would
Do
say
you select as a
hardworking.
team, one team, if you have one member, if you want to select, you are a team leader, do you look forward for the hardworking person?
Well, the hardworking person is the one who meets the wants of the leader most, you know?
Okay.
So if the leader wants A, B, and C, he would, without relentlessly, would do A, B, and C in that sequence and with all the determination that he can. So that's a hardworking person, in my opinion.
Excellent. ABC is a basic step you've highlighted, and it prompted me like antecedents, behaviors, and characteristics. Some people produce very high quality caliber, and they have a standards, and they will never give up, isn't it? And they are more assertive leaders, Yusuf. Win-win, that is called assertiveness. I win, you win. You lead, I lead. Correct? That's why every time we spin in the roles of ex-com leaders. One day VP education, the next term is the president, and surgery terms then takes the VP membership, whatever it is. That is what the leadership is all about. Now, reviewing goals, general goals or working goals. What is our goals? Goals are nothing but simple goals we established for our team. How such goals fit with the organization goals. For example, we have members. If you have less members, VP membership I need to ensure that my goal is at least 20 plus member. Isn't it a simple goal? Yes. If the meeting is conducted, I have a simple goal as a Toastmaster of the day. I want to conclude the meeting on time. Isn't it a goal? Simple goal I'm explaining to you in a simplest manner. So team members are more likely to feel a sense of ownership about the task that they take and the task that need to be done. They will become committed to and be enthusiastic about their work when you persuade positively. So for that, what are the established parameters? Parameters are nothing but rules and procedures we need to adhere to, comply to Toastmaster International. That's why we do. For the simplest of the club rules, timer has particular set rules. So I have particular rules how to open the meeting. Like president, when introducing the club members, 3 minutes time, that is a set rule, isn't it? So for the team, when you want to accomplish your goals, you need to establish rules and procedures, the timeline. In the organization, the corporate like me, while working with, I have a rule. The rule, they say, you give the opportunity to the member. Let them set the rule. In that, what happens? It will have an openness to them to understand that what time frame they are willing to. If I, as a leader, force them, will they able to do? Please unmute yourself, Yusuf and Tabassum. I think you can answer my questions. Meantime, the parameters are very simple. If you allow your members to set the rules, that is more effective in my opinion. Do you agree? Rather, I as a leader set a rules and impose them. You need to do this. Will it work? It will never work. You need to
I
work with the
think
harmony of the members. As a leader, you need to foresee it. You need to do an activity in which people are following up with you with the set rules. If there are deficiencies, you stand up as a leader and make a decision to overcome those obstacles that was not meant to be, but it has to be met. But you step in and meet those goals. Thank you. For that, we all need to have a plan. Without an established plan, we cannot move, isn't it? What is plan? Team to develop a realistic plan. I said SMART. Yusuf, do you know what is SMART? Smart.
Smart, I think
Yes.
it's specific,
Specific, yes.
measurable,
yes.
attainable, I think,
Yes.
or is
Realistic.
realistic and time bound.
Time bound. If we don't have the realistic goals within the time frame, we cannot achieve. Like Smedley, it is for the September. It started from August 1st to September. Within 2 months, this is the deadline, correct? So this is with the deadline, we need to achieve 5 members to accomplish Smedley Award. This is kind of a plan we need to accomplish. How do you plan? Whom do you bring? What you do? How do you promote your club? And whom you attract to the members. Assigning roles and responsibilities to the members are equally important. Who will promote? How will you promote our Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters? What is good in this club? We have educational workshops. We have storytelling. We have speakers and champions and district leaders and district directors, ex-com leaders who are very professional. This is how we need to promote, isn't it? So the good thing about having assigned roles and responsibilities is all responsibilities need to be addressed. The team members understand how the responsibilities are related to one another and to the team goals. If you don't do that, team will definitely fail. Measurements. The simple measurements is when you set a time bound or a timeline, you need to ensure how the leader will monitor the team's performance. How the leader will monitor the team's performance today and tomorrow. If everything is going well, you don't have to do anything. But there is nothing is doing well or going well, you need to start thinking, start training, building the trust within them, and you need to address the issues emerging to them. What issues we have. And to empower the successful leader depends upon the ability to share his power with others and let them direct their own work. When we say power, not the physical power or a harm power, it is about the knowledge, the skills that you empower. You stand as a role model and empower them. Working with teams emphasize how a leader must focus less on he or she can accomplish on the individual, rather than on individual, and more on how a leader can empower others to accomplish goals. So the successful leaders depends upon the ability to share power. That's what I mean to say. The leader's role is to inspire and empower team members to assume more responsibility, authority, and autonomy. Friends, training is also equally important. When my team fails, what we need to do, we need to solve the problem. First thing is the conflict resolution, what Wafang was telling. Resolve the problems amicably because the differences of opinions are there. What I think perhaps Wafa or Salman is not agreeing with me. Perhaps Tabassum has a better idea. Madam Sandy has a better idea and opinion than me, what I'm saying. So we need to mutually understand, like adopt the parliamentary procedures and raise the motion, adopt the motion, and go with the majority. What do you understand by the majority, Toastmaster Srinivas? If you have the differences of opinion, how do you resolve the issue in your own words, please? Srinivas, Toastmaster Srinivas.
Yes.
If you have a conflicts arising between the two different competent people like DTM Wafa and Dr. Makhlouf, distinguished Toastmaster, both are past district directors. They both have different opinions. What do you think, how we can resolve if the conflict arises amicably as a leader, you as a leader?
Quite simply, desk again.
Desk again. How do you do that? What activities you do?
Well, we've got to, one of them have to describe, explain,
Yes.
specify.
Very good. So most reasonably, what Srinu was saying is, we need to justify. You need to convince, correct? If I'm allowed to use these two words, you need to convince audience. In debate, what we do, nobody wins, but everybody raises the voice. No, we want to show the evidence-based logic, concepts, and resolve the issues. You need to reason it out, why it is not good, why wearing mask is efficient, why people don't wear, what are the reasons we bring the world statistics based on the World Health Organization, and if you put forward into them. So we need to reason out, resolve the problems amicably by bringing the consensus together. Amicably, not having conflict again after you close the meeting, going outside, fighting, again coming back without having a result. That will not solve the problem. The club will not go anywhere. That's why we always hold meetings, ExCom meetings intermittently after the meeting. Why? We will ask questions, we'll ask opinions, we'll take the minutes, and secretary follow up the minutes and see that these things are met or not. And presidents ensure, or VP Education ensures that yes, we are going in the right way. Isn't it, yes, sir? That is one of the beautiful ways we need to organize ourselves. Project management is nothing. Whenever you have a little project, for example, have you seen how many of you driving through road number 30? Anytime anybody happen to drive through road number 30 on the right hand side, you see long 6 meters pipes you are seeing, red color, green color, gray color. Have you happened to see some excavation work is going on? If not, I'll tell you. Now I'm an HSC manager. I'm monitoring, supervising day in, day out, 24 hours job. We are laying water pipeline 300 kilometers through canal project with the Sabah International Group. I was working in day and now. Vessel is come, and every hour, if you don't make a clearance from the vessel, from the port, Mina Abdullah port, you are liable to pay 500 Kuwaiti dinars. Am I affordable? Is my company afforded? Can afford? Yeah, it can afford once. If there is a technical problem, twice, okay, but not always, right? Then our business is lost. We are going to lose anything and do everything. So there was a challenge. So I had a project having 75 fleet on the road, had a journey management plan in order to have a successful plan. Then we had 6 crane operators and turrets and excavation, trencher. We did it. But once it happened so odd, the driver, when he was towing the excavator trencher machine, the one bridge was 5.5 meters according to the regulation. But It was more than 6 meters height. The driver went through the flatbed mounted trencher, crane, in other words, drive through. It went past easily under the bridge. The second bridge arrived. What happened? What would you think it would have happened? Yusuf, Srinivas, Madam Sandy, Tabassum, please, I would like to have your answer. You pass by one bridge having a truck or a trailer loaded behind you very comfortably, as easy as a duck going into the water. The second bridge has arrived. What could have driver must have done? Anybody, please unmute yourself, and I want to hear your voice.
You'll crash.
Yes, yes, yes.
You're gonna hit the bridge.
You nailed it, ma'am. That's what exactly did happen. He was, I cannot say he was negligent, but all bridges are not the same. Like all fingers are not the same in the team management. Leadership is entirely different. He hit the bridge, and the cops came, and the Navy, Army, Arif Jan, people from the American Army, they were on the bridge. They all, because it was scattered all around, and suspension cable of the ring and the cable got damaged, and we had to pull over middle of the early morning of the 3 hours 20 minutes. The road was chaos, emergency declared, and the cops took him away. He was handcuffed, and the driver was taken into prison, and he was prisoned for 3 days. He was put in prison. But remember one thing, project management is not that easy. How it was, I was HSC manager there. I am HSC manager. I did induction training. I did defensive driving training. But one thing I learned through this incident is not all bridges are the same. Don't always follow the 5.5 meters rule. Always measure. Stop, slow before the bridge arrives. Perhaps you're okay, but go with the 0 kilometer to 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, and slowly advance. That didn't happen because he was overconfident that first bridge was passed, second bridge couldn't. Isn't it the obstacle? It was an obstacle, but sometimes such kind of obstacles will empower you, will educate you, will make you more professional, isn't it? How many of you agree? Please, at least I would like to have virtual hands here. Virtual hands. Let me see how many are attentive actually. It's a boring subject, I know. My communication is good, bad, ugly. Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Sandy, Tabassum, Srinivas, Madam Wafa. Yes, so Tabassum is not, okay, great. Now, conflict resolution. I will not explain to you on it. Effective communication is very important. I will have one other slide. I'll skip this. I'll go further. Communication. Open communication one-to-one. Communication 4-way levels. You email, you message, you send a video perhaps. Sometimes you call him directly and communicate to him. But what is communicated is not met. I'll say, yeah, tomorrow there is a meeting. I told you. But it is not effective communication. What time? What day? What date? It should be written. And that's called effective communication when you communicate to the person. Isn't it? See the logic. That makes the difference between the leader and the member. You need to be with a high morale, very proud. You need to take pride on whatever little thing you do. I'm doing this training. I don't know what I'm doing, how I'm doing, but I'm confident that I can do this workshop. I can build the people. I can build my team. I can lead the team. That's it. So John C. Maxwell, it comes to my mind while I'm telling. Leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? And if you don't take an opportunity, pull up your socks. And if you don't want to take a leadership role, if not today, when? Ask. Was this recorded or no? There is no recording done. Just to check with you. Thank you. And we need to take risk. Risk of what? I'm a leader. I want to lead. Correct? If my club doesn't perform, if you don't have members, I am going to take a risk because Swami Vivekananda said, if you win, you can lead. If you cannot, if you lose, you can guide. What are the things you did? How you failed? what the mistake I did. I did not listen to somebody. This listening is equally important than communicating. Actually, 80-20 rule. 80% of the problems Pareto principle says exist because of 20% of the issues that we don't resolve, we don't listen, we don't solve, isn't it? So that's why we need to lend our ear. Listening to each and everybody is equally important. Our efficiency depends on the change. Change is inevitable. Changes are supposed to be willful changes. Sometimes we don't agree with the opinions. That's why we need to stand up as a leader. At the same time, we also need to understand that things will happen when you stand up, when you mutually trust to one another.
We seem to have lost DTM Ramkumar.
Mr. Ramkumar, are you there?
No, we seem to have lost him. Let's give him a little while to get back. In the meanwhile, if anyone has any questions, you could please prepare yourself to shoot it to DTM Ramkumar once he's done with the training session. We give him another 30 seconds more. How much time has he got, timer?
Oh, he has at least 2 minutes and then 10 more minutes.
Oh, 12 minutes in all. President, how much time we give him to join us back?
5 minutes is good.
Okay.
You can bring coffee, relax for 4 minutes, and then we'll continue.
Sure.
I was happy that you replied by the desk technique. So that was good, Srinivas. On spot, he got it.
That's learning and implementing what you're learning right away.
Yeah, exactly. Right away.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ms. Wafa. I was talking to Ram when you were talking.
I said like the reply was based on the desk steps, and I like it. So you on spot took the actions.
I have been a friend bencher while in school.
That's good.
It's now 30 minutes since the beginning of his workshop, Mr. Ramkumar. So we have 10 minutes now.
I guess he's not able to join us. I'm not sure.
DTM Wafa, are we thinking about hybrid meetings, by the way?
About what?
I think he joined in.
Okay. No,
Ram is here.
Mr. Ram is here.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened, but suddenly got disconnected. I'm so sorry about that. I'm just sharing again.
Thank you.
Please
Thank you
enable-
very much, Ram, for joining us back.
Yeah. Please, can you enable the share screen, sir?
Sir, you are the co-host still.
I cannot see because it's saying host disabled
One second. One second.
participant screen sharing.
I will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You have 10 more minutes.
Okay. Great.
Team Ram, you may please share your screen.
Yeah, I'm sharing. It's working. 1 second. Can you see my screen? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So we've ended at building the team trust. Do you think all of the teams are the same nature or different opinion, different people, different concept, different ideology? That's why we had earlier session the conflict management. In order to instill the team, what we need to have the trust. First and the foremost thing is the trust. If you don't have trust for each other, then how do we expect we will manifest the team's progress? It is not possible, isn't it? So first thing is we need to instill the trust within us. In order to have the trust, one members have to be truthful, isn't it? And we as a leader need to serve them equally, whether or not with the district director or even the international postmaster president. We need to come down to the members level and we need to treat them equally with full zest, smile, and to reach the zenith. Zenith means union club is a priority for you, correct? At the topmost. So that happens when you gain the trust among the members, among the people. And you need to speak openly with one another. When you speak openly, people will come forward to listen to you. They express their willingness to join the club, isn't it? Oh, this club is really transparent. They listen to me. How many of us don't listen to us? Because we don't listen what their opinion. That's why we have a conflict. When you listen, they come forward. And when you have your opinion towards their opinion, what it is right, then they understand reasonably, relatively, with the same mindset. That's how we build the trust. So willingness to listen is equally important to each other rather than just communicating. Members fulfilling their roles and responsibilities will not happen in a day or so. It will happen when you give enough time to them, not at always pointing at him or her, but giving an opportunity, observing from the distance. So, fellow Toastmasters, understand all the teams of the same nature, they are not. Maybe it a sport activity or anything that you aspire for, it's not the same. If you distinguish between face-to-face team, virtual teams, professional teams, volunteer teams, what is all about? We have different teams, different mentalities. I'm talking about different people. Some people come as a volunteer, but they will never join the clubs. They just wanted to see how it is, and they just wanted to, enjoy some contributing their ideas, perhaps some quotes they're inspired, perhaps their story, personal story, isn't it? Let me look into it. Professional team and volunteer team. How many of you are professional here as a Toastmasters? Please raise your hand. Yusuf, are you professional team? Yes, correct. So when we work as a part-time, intangible, rather you're not fully available, sometimes comes, sometimes grows. Growth is always kept stagnant because you're not fully committed. And expectation will be low. When your club want to achieve DCP 10 points and present distinguished point 9, it may fade away because you are not professional team. So difference is always there between volunteer team and professional team. I personally look into the professionalism, professional qualification. What is that qualification to Toastmaster? We don't measure people's, but we measure through effective evaluation, through the paths they take, part 1, part 2, total 5 and 5, 10 levels they complete, how they contribute to the district, and what value they create for themselves, setting a role model and contributing to the district or a club. So accountability is equally important, productivity is important, and engaging with one another as a team, you as a leader should be rewarding results for you and your club. Moving to face-to-face team, let us understand face-to-face team and virtual team. Now, on what platform we are in, Yusuf Naeem or Madam Bafa, what platform we are in now? Asma, yes, welcome back, Asma. I would like to ask you this simple question. What workshop we are delivering? Is it a face-to-face team or a virtual team? What do you think we are? Yes, Yusuf, you can also open it. Yeah, Asma, yes?
It's
Yes.
virtual.
Asma, yes?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's virtual.
Very good. See, we have two different opinions. Yusuf feel is a face-to-face. Face-to-face and virtual, both of them to feel. But in the virtual also, we are facing one another more confidently. I'm sorry, I'm not enabling my video because I'm afraid that I'll be disconnected. Apologies for that. Okay, because that's the only solution I find right now. Thank you. So face-to-face team are more effective, communication will be there because they are open-minded in all the directions. When they communicate to one another, virtual team is nothing but using the technology. When people don't know what is technology, how to connect to the Zoom, they don't have the account, how to know, somebody helped them to have the virtual account Zoom, you log in, but they did not configure it. It is equal to failure, correct? Because the knowledge is more important. If you don't have knowledge, partial knowledge is potential. Why do you think partial knowledge is very potential? Yusuf? Potential can be positive and negative. I want negative here, disadvantage. Partial knowledge is always a disadvantage. It may lead to conflicts also.
Yes, that's right, because it will lead to misunderstanding also, I think.
Yes, yes. So higher potential is there for the conflicts. Yes, Toastmasters, yes. Please go ahead.
In an emergency situation, half knowledge will also be very dangerous. It may be life-threatening. Yes,
that's true. That's why we have a dedicated emergency coordinators. I'm coming from the organization resilience team. Resilient means restore the things to normalcy without delaying the time, without wasting your adequate resources. We don't have resources. We don't have resources. Forget about adequate. Within minimum time, more results. That is all about it. If your team is striving for bringing out the best of people, this should be the drive. You should have the drive to improve, preparing for the future, and doing more than minimum expected time. Developing extraordinary team is a mix or a blend of leadership. Cooperation is required, that is team cooperation, constructive feedback, and superior clubs makes the experience particularly valuable and memorable. Always remember, that's why Toastmasters will say, Toastmasters proudly wears many hats. What sets the best teams apart? Expert says, you should always rely on the research-based principles. Some people take Pareto principle, SWOT analysis, plan, do, check, and act. These are high potential principles, set strategies we all need to adopt. And I have extraordinary group, some of the amazing things, the book Extraordinary Groups, by Geoffrey Bellman and Kathleen Rayon. I recommend, is a co-author. How Ordinary Teams Achieve Amazing Results. Extraordinary team defined as an extraordinary team creates opportunities for personal transformation while delivering outstanding results. Isn't it good? And there are 3-year study done in 60 work teams. According to Bellman and Ray, identified 8 performance indicators that define extraordinary groups. What are they? Compelling purpose, shared leadership, just enough structure, fully engaged people, embracing differences, which means we don't have to have conflict. Even if we have, we need to embrace the differences, and unexpected learning. When we do about the crisis management, it doesn't come by telling. Unknown, unexpected situation arrives. You need to be resilient, tackling the situation, strengthening the relationships, and great results. With that, I conclude here because my time is up. However, I had a beautiful presentation with you. Thanks to Madam Buffer and VP Education, Alkamam, and Madam Sandy and my team. I would love to have another half-an-hour session to go ahead with it because the time lapses. I will adjourn here with the positive note that selecting carefully, organizing a team, training, if you have any lapses within a team, that's how you will build your team. To conclude, it is literally true that you can succeed best, quickest way by helping others to succeed, according to Napoleon Hill, isn't it? So we embrace each other by uplifting each other's spirit. So help. If not now, when? Ask this question. Thank you. Over to you with a happy Hijra New Year to one and all. God bless you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DDM Ramkumar,
Thank
for
you,
that
sir.
wonderful session on building a team. Conflict resolution and team building, 2 important aspects of any professional life, or even to enhance your outlook towards the rest of the world. It really helps. And we have had 2 wonderful sessions, 40 minutes each, with lots and lots of information and lots of inputs. Thank you so much, DTM Ramkumar and DTM Wafa Salman, for this wonderful session.
Thank you, sir.
It's now time to invite our Heartmaster to see how much attentive we have been all through these 140 minutes. Oh, sorry, 80 minutes of session. Please.
All right, let's see how many of you can respond. Please undo your microphone, unmute, and be ready. Okay, now, who raised the motion at the beginning of the meeting to adopt the changes in the agenda?
Dr. Makhlouf.
Yes, exactly, Yusuf. Woohoo! Okay, who seconded it?
Okay.
Yes, Srinivas. Okay, good.
Anyone? Oh, yeah.
All right. When Srinivas was talking about the Olympics, okay, and he said that India has won a gold medal in what area for the first time?
I think
Javelin.
running
Javelin
or
throw.
tracking.
Javelin throw. Neeraj
Javelin.
Chopra.
Track and field. He said track and field. Yes?
Track and field.
Okay, close. You were close. Yusuf, you were like tracking.
I have no idea what it was. Tracking
Okay.
something.
Yeah. Okay. How many medals did the India team win total?
6, 8. I forgot.
Nobody? You're okay. Yusuf, go right in between where you were.
7.
7. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right. Now, very good. Moving on. Moving on to DTM Wafa's DTM Wafaz, by the way, are you timing me?
Oh, timing. Oops. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Okay,
Okay, I got a time. How many minutes? 3 minutes. Okay.
4.
4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so who can tell me what method DTM Wafa discussed that was Sharon and Gordon
Shukran.
Bowers. Sorry, what was their method in Sharon and Gordon Bowers' book, Asserting Yourself? What is it called? The what method?
What method?
Starts with a
Wafa can
D.
answer.
Yes. Go ahead. No one? The desk.
I said,
So Tabassum
desk
want to answer.
method.
Oh,
Tabassum
that's
want to
my
I
answer.
said-
class. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Sorry, Sebastian, what?
no, I said DTM Wafa can answer the best.
Of course. Well, I took a note, so I know it's the desk method.
Desk
What
method.
that DESC? Do you remember anybody what it stands for? What does the D
Yes.
stand for?
Yes, describe, express, specify, and consequences.
Yay!
Because I wrote
alright.
it down. That's the only reason.
Good deal. Okay. Now, what's my timing again? Okay, let's see. She talked about 4 strategies that you could use for conflict management, conflict resolution.
This I can answer because I've written it down. Accommodation, collaboration, competitive, avoidance, and last
Oh,
compromise.
No, those are methods. Those are methods,
Oh,
but not strategies.
Oh,
Separate the person from the problem. That's the
Yes,
first step.
the first one. Okay, the first one was to separate the people from the problem. Remember the next one? It was separate something from positions.
oh, persons from no.
No,
Their positions, the leadership
Interest.
positions.
interest. Yes, yes.
Interest.
Sebastian.
Interest. Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
And then what was number 3?
Send them all to Toastmasters International.
No. You degenerate what? Generate options. And 4th was to establish objective what? Criteria. Okay, you guys. All right, so I will move on to DTM Ram Kumar's presentation. When he first talked about a team and what a team is, he said a team stands for what?
Hardworking.
TEAM.
Very simple.
smart.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Yes, Srinivas, good. Okay, excellent. All right, now, when he said to organize the team, he gave us 7 things. Does anybody remember any of them? What do you have to do? The first one I'll give you, select a team, the team members. And after you've done that, you have to do what? Oh, you guys. Gosh, okay, how about this one? He described a type of goal that you had to use. What was it?
The SMART goal.
SWOT, yes.
goal. Excellent.
Smart,
Excellent.
smart.
Yes,
And
excellent.
what does
Smart.
SMART stand for?
Specific.
Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, realistic, and time-bound.
Correct.
relevant,
Okay.
time.
Now, he gave this excellent quote about empowerment. He said, the success of a leader depends upon what?
Empowering
The
Empowering.
ability to share his
Yes,
power.
yes, Asma. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, the ability to share his or her power with others.
Exactly. And to let them direct their own
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
really liked this one. Okay, all right. Who remembers now in the story that he was telling, when the truck with the trailer hit the bridge, what happened to the driver?
He
He
fell on
got jailed for 3 days.
Correct. Good, good. See
Wow,
how they remember
excellent.
stories. Yes.
Well done,
Okay.
Yusuf.
Stories.
Yeah. Okay, now we lost DTM Ram Kumar when he had how many minutes left in his presentation?
He
12
was
minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
12.
minutes.
12. Yes, 12. Close. Okay. All right. Then
I'm
he
impressed
talked
by
about 4 different types of teams.
that.
Oh, am I out of time? I'm out of time.
Yeah, 2 minutes
Okay.
over time. It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
My apologies, guys. All right,
No.
I'm gonna hand it back to you, Toastmaster of the day, and thank you very much.
That was
Thank
fun.
you
Thank you.
so much, Indian Sandy Stein, for that wonderful session of Hackmaster.
And please feel free to give me some tips, advices from your behalf to learn more, do more, and grow more. Thank you, as usual, Advanced Toastmasters, with gratitude.
Thank you very much, DTM Ram. Yes, you, ladies and gentlemen, can get back to either Wafa Salman or DTM Ramkumar with all your questions. But I require some tips from you people on how to contain or kill cockroaches in my kitchen. I'm waiting for all your tips, please. But I need to have another session of killing cockroaches. Great meeting, wonderful session, wonderful training session. I really enjoyed tonight's meeting. Towards the end, growing from strength to strength, we have come yet again we have attained something in life tonight. We are going back home with some strong takeaways from these 2 training sessions. And I'm sure we members have benefited a great deal by spending time with 2 wonderful Toastmasters online tonight. I wish you all the best, and I hand over the virtual podium back to our very dear president, DTM Wafa Salman. It's all yours.
Thank you, Srinivas, for wonderful leading the meeting in a smooth way. Thanks, Ram, for the presentation. It was nice. Special thanks for Yusuf for taking up the timing role and on spot. And thank you very much for that. Sandy, amazing session. Questions that I did not think of them, which is that's great. That's great. I've done Hulkbuster once and I struggled. So it's not easy at all. Thank you very much, team. Thank you, Asma, for opening the meeting in an amazing way. And by that, if there is nothing to be said, I will adjourn the education session, the second meeting of education this year or this term. Have a great night. See you in our next CAT meeting, which is the 4th Monday of the month. Until then, stay safe. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
night.
Thank you.
Bye.
DTM
Bye.